Albert Einstein said, and I quote, "All that is valuable in human society depends upon the opportunity for development accorded to the individual." Committees gather, protocols are signed, reports circulate, yet as we are sitting here today, a human being in one part of the world has access to 250 times the health, personal safety, and opportunities as compared with a human being in another part of the world. From curing cancer to ending world hunger, the challenges facing humanity in the coming decades can only be overcome if we find a way to maximize the world's most precious resource, our human resources. Men and women, young and old, everyone has an important role to play. The world must aspire to be a place where people come together and nobody gets left behind. Our future and the future of subsequent generations depend on ensuring that every person can contribute to his or her society. Today, I would like to focus on three topics in particular: persons with disabilities, older persons, and youth. Madam Chairperson, whenever someone finds himself in a room with 10 or more people, he should know that statistically speaking, at least one person in the room probably has a disability. More than 650 million people around the world live with some form of disability. The rapid ratification of the United Nations Convention on Rights of Persons with Disabilities demonstrates the international community's commitment and willingness to address this pressing issue. The State of Israel is also committed to upholding and promoting the rights of persons with disabilities. We do so through legislation, legal protection, education, and active partnership between government and civil society. Israel is proud to have served on the Bureau of the Conference of State Parties of CRPD for the past 2 years. This is a prime example of how a human rights-based approach and a development perspective should go together hand in hand. Israel's Commission for Equal Rights of Persons with Disability offers yet another important example of our standing together behind the principle of participation. Nothing about us without us. Addressing the challenges faced by persons with disabilities require collaboration between governments, civic society, and individual efforts. Israel is proud of institutions such as Bet Easy Shapiro, Alin Bet Noam, Alut, as well as many others that stand at the forefront of creating enabling environments and integrated communities. Madam Chairperson, Pope Paul VI said, "In youth, the days are short and the years are long. In old age, the years are short and the days long." Growing old can be a time filled with joy and dignity, or a time filled with fears and indignity. Nature poses physical and mental obstacles to older person, but it is the man-made obstacles that are the most difficult to overcome. In nations around the world, the wisest, most experienced members of humanity are often socially excluded. Older persons are disproportionately at risk of inadequate and insecure income, insufficient access to quality health care and other services. This should concern all of us. For the first time in history, humankind is reaching the point at which there will soon be fewer children than older persons in the world. It is estimated that by 250, the number of older persons will double what is today, reaching 20% of global population, and there will be a rise of the life expectancy. Israel sees its aging population as an asset, a fountain of wisdom. We appreciate their contribution to our past and recognize their important role in our future. In fact, the Israeli government has formed a ministry dedicated to the harness of capabilities of senior citizens, as well as to taking care of their special needs. Israel would like to take this opportunity to welcome Ms. Rosa Kornfeld-Matti, appointed by the Human Rights Council as the first independent expert on the enjoyment of all human rights by older persons, and look forward to working with her in the future. Molière, the French playwright, once said, "The greater the obstacle, the more glory in overcoming it." If we can work together to overcome all of these obstacles, then together we can share in the glory of overcoming them. From the skyscrapers of Sydney, Australia, to the great meadows of South Africa, people of all religions and cultures must join hands and come together so that we may create a better future for all children. In this vein, I would like, with your permission, to ask Mrs. Rasha Athamni to take the floor. She is our youth representative, and she's more capable of speaking about youth than me, for sure. Please.
Madam Chairperson, the foundation of every society is its youth. Today's youth face unique challenges as they have lost the protections afforded to them as children, but are not yet regarded as adults in most societies. Youth confront barriers in their personal and social fulfillment that lead to long-term inequalities. In many societies, youth are alarmingly disadvantaged in terms of income and employment and poverty. In short, they often face an uncertain future. Israel is proud to be a leader in developing programs aimed to integrating youth into society. Over the past 20 years, Israel has initiated a comprehensive approach focused on responding to the needs of at-risk youth through major advances in legislation and increased public awareness. Thank you.
I thank the distinguished representative of Israel, and in particular the youth representative, for her statement.